Hey everybody, welcome to a new series or a second episode of the Ask Brian series. Instead of doing 3 questions today, I'm going to keep it as a single question and test that out. So definitely hit me up on Instagram DM Brian's_keen_fitness. Let me know how you like this format. Remember, if you're listening to this on the podcast, it's a video first format. So you can head over to YouTube and you can get all the graphics and everything that will accompany this video. Today's question is, how do I get abs? There's 2 approaches that you normally take for anyone that's looking to get abs, get a six-pack, flat stomach, etc. One is training, one is nutrition. There's an old adage that you can't out-train a bad diet. And when it comes to seeing your abs and getting body fat low enough, that's very true here. So in the case of nutrition, you need to get body fat low enough to see abs. The majority of people, probably 80 to 90% of people, have abs when they get their body fat low enough. Some people don't. There's genetically those out there who will get body fat low and they'll actually have no shape, just have a pure flat stomach. But most people have abs, especially if you weight train or have any sort of history of sport. When you get your body fat low enough, you normally see like an outline of a six-pack, both genders, guys and girls. Again, we're not going into gender specific, but keeping with the main 2 genders, separate podcast for a separate day. But when you get body fat low enough, you can see abs normally. So you actually don't even have to train for this. You will see people who are just naturally very skinny or naturally very lean who might have a six-pack or who might have abs without actually having to do any work for it. This is just their genetic makeup. Their metabolism is going to be really quick and they burn body fat quite quickly and easily, i.e. like throwing paper on a fire for someone's metabolism. We all know that person that, you know, even when they were younger or potentially even now, that they can eat whatever they want and they don't put on any weight. These are those individuals with high metabolisms. For most people, you have to eat a caloric deficit for an extended period of time to reduce body fat. So a calorie deficit, meaning that you're just eating the calorie number below your maintenance. So if you have a maintenance calories of 2,000 calories, for example, and all other things equal, you keep your calories around that, your body fat stays the same. You need to drop it below. So 1,500 calories per day, 1,600 calories per day, or calorie cycling. You don't actually have to do it per day. You can go over a 7-day period and get into a calorie deficit over a 7-day period, over a 30-day period. It doesn't have to be day by day, but just for easiness of illustration, doing it each day, eating 1,600 calories, which is a 400 calorie deficit, can help a lot towards getting body fat down. A lot of people will see their abs that way. I also think you should train them. In my BKF online program, I have a designated day. It's normally session 5 in the beginner, intermediate and advanced program that has ab specifics mixed with cardio. It's normally also the session that I pull out. So if somebody does indoor soccer or they like to cycle or they like to run, I pull out session 5 and then that becomes a specific training day for whatever it is that the person is into, i.e. their sport that's outside of the program. But with that specific day, there's ab training in there, so hitting it from different angles. You look at your core, so you're talking your lower back, your obliques, your abdominal muscles. But when most people think of getting abs, they think of just your rectus abdominis, the muscles at the front of your stomach. So your crunches and variations of that, your hanging leg raises, your Roman chair sit-ups, your bicycle crossover crunches, all of these movements hit that body part. But you also want to be doing some back extensions for core. You want to be doing some side work, i.e. side planks or oblique leg raises, things along those lines can all work really well. So when you combine those 2 things together, and when you train your abs, and some people will have different preferences, some will train it in hypertrophy, so 8 to 10 reps, 3 to 4 sets, 60 to 90 second rest. They'll train it exactly like you would your glutes or your chest or your back. Others think you should go very high with the volume, i.e. 50 repetitions, 100 repetitions on body weight only ab exercises. People have theories that your abs can get really chunky and thick and blocky if you do them weighted. This really depends on your genetic starting point. There's so much that needs to be unpacked to say 100% you're going to get blocky abs, that you can't put a one-size-fits-all label on it. I think mixing and matching works well. I tend to lean towards higher volume with body weight personally, but I also like weighted exercises, especially if you're an athlete playing GAA, rugby, soccer, etc. So what I would do is combine those 2 things together. Look at your nutrition, get your body fat low enough by being in a consistent calorie deficit, ideally using whole foods as much as possible, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, complete protein sources, your fruits, your vegetables, etc. And then your training is going to have either ab specific workouts, i.e. one of your sessions a week will be core and ab based, or you can tack it at the end of a normal workout session. So you might do legs or chest or glutes or a lower body, upper body, and then you do your abs at the end. That's another way to potentially get them, and then it's just consistency after that period. So hopefully this helped. This is a new format, taking one question and expanding on it. Remember, if you're watching this or listening to this on the podcast, you can watch the video series on YouTube. I'll link that in the description. Brian Keane Fitness is the YouTube channel. If you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, you can also head over to the podcast where there's more long form interviews. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to hit me up and let me know what you think of the new series. Catch you all next week.